Chicken Spinners is on the menu today, and Representative Workman talks on his zeal to repeal. It's all happening right now on Live with Lori.
Hi, and welcome back to Live with Lori. We're here today with Representative Ritch Workman. We've got the chicken in. We're going to take that out right now because it's probably done.
Okay, let's do it.
And look at that. All right.
Oh boy.
All right, now before we close that, we're going to move this rack up here. And we're going to turn this oven on broil for the asparagus.
Right.
So,
broiling.
Don't touch that.
Don't touch that.
It's
okay.
hot. It's hot. Let's move that over there. All right. So what we've got here is we've got some grits, polenta.
Grits.
Yeah, that I made up yesterday. Just stuck them in the fridge, stuck them in a pan, and we're going to stick them right in here with the onions. I'm going to cut this up, and we're going to sear it, and it's going to get all crusty on the outside and nice and creamy on the inside. And while we're doing that, I want to ask you about this zeal for repeal.
I love that moniker, by the way.
What is that all about?
Well, I learned once I got elected that there's several things you can do with a bill. You can run a new bill that adds words to the volumes and volumes of laws. You can create new laws, or you can repeal laws. So I thought, well, geez, if I could leave office having shrunk the books more than I expanded them, that would be a success for me.
Right.
That would define my success. So I have been repealing laws, and I'll give you a couple examples. You want a few examples?
Yes, I would.
And I'll take full credit for this, ladies and gentlemen at home. Thanks to me, a little old me, you can now ride your bicycle without both hands on the handlebars. So if my 11-year-old son wants to practice going with no hands, he's not committing a second-degree misdemeanor.
I didn't even realize that was...
Oh, yes.
Because I've talked on my cell phone when I've been riding my bike.
You better have one hand on the handlebars, but not anymore. So you're welcome for that, friends at home. You can try to do it. My son actually asked me, he goes, Dad, I break the law every day. And I said, don't worry, Daddy's going to fix that. It was illegal in this state until I fixed it to...
But I guess my question is, what would constitute somebody making a law like that? What would be
safety? It's always safety. It's always big brother safety. Somebody decided at some point we have to protect ourselves from ourselves. So we made a law that you have to ride with both hands securely on the handlebars. It's ridiculous. I tried to repeal one that got me some national press last year. There's a ban in the state of Florida on a barbaric activity called dwarf tossing. Now, I don't endorse dwarf tossing. That's when you, in a bar, you throw little people for money. I don't endorse it, but I will tell you that if I'm a little person and I wanted to make my money doing that, I should have the right to do that. But in 1980, this state said, you don't have the right to make your own decision. And they're going to ban it. So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
and I got to ask you, it just seems, why that somebody would want to put themselves in that position. I agree. You should have the right to do it.
Right.
However, that being said,
I agree, Lori. That's the problem, is that it's a dumb activity. I hate to call it a sport. It's a dumb activity.
You know what? You should have the right to do something stupid. We shouldn't protect people from themselves.
You know what else? It's illegal to commit adultery. Now, it's immoral to commit adultery, but it should not be a law. $500 fine, 6 days in jail. We could balance the budget if we started busting people for this.
I was going to say, how would you catch somebody?
See, these are all... leave it to a TikTok ex-wife. They will catch you.
Just saying.
But at the end of the day, these are laws that shouldn't be on the books. And,
I would agree.
So
I would agree.
My zeal to repeal is I want to give you back your liberty and freedom. And the one way I can assure you to do that is to get as many laws off the books as possible.
Well, let me ask you this, because there's a lot of taxes that are on the books that have been on the books forever. Mm-hmm. Have you tried to repeal any of those?
Not taxes directly.
Okay, fees. They're not taxes, they're fees.
That's true. It's a fair question, and I'll answer it this way. We managed to balance this budget in these recessionary times without raising taxes, and for the past 2 years without raising any fees. That's big time. We put $2 billion in savings. I'm happy with not increasing the tax burden. I'd like very much, and especially now that you've heard the economy's turning around a little bit in Florida, and Rick Scott's done a great job getting people back to work. If we start to see some revenue, I'd like very much to start removing some of these taxes. But we have done some. Property taxes, corporate income tax, we've reduced both of those in the last 4 years during the recession.
But that's, we're always happy about that. Well, I'm going to ask you real quick about your latest success that you did?
Public notices.
Public notices.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that. For years, I tried to just remove public notices from newspapers. Eventually, that's going to happen. What I was able to accomplish last year, actually with the help of the newspapers, is anyone who takes money, boy, that's looking really good.
Yeah.
Anybody who takes money, any newspaper that takes money for a public notice, must put it on the internet for free. So
That's fair.
We're the first state in the union to require it. So what we've done is we've set the stage for online public notices. The state and the local spend about $50 million a year on public notices. Looking like that's going to change over time now.
That's a great idea.
Thanks.
Stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to taste this asparagus. It's got this nice crispy pancetta on it, the seared polenta, the rolled chicken, and we're going to ask Ritch our signature question, so don't go away.
Lori asks her signature question. Will the representative choke? Find out when we come back on Live with Lori.